Hello, and welcome to Best Picture Brainrot, a podcast where three friends count down to the 100th Oscars by watching every Best Picture winner in order.
Follow along as we give ourselves cinematic brain damage from the first winner, Wings, to whatever the Academy picks in 2028.
There are 88 weeks until the 100th Oscars, and today we are going to talk about Rebecca. Surprises, disappointments, hot takes, and plenty of brain rot ahead.
We are your hosts, Adam
Sarah.
And Drew.
Today, we're going to talk about Rebecca. Not Hall, not Ferguson, especially not X-Men's Rebecca Romijn. No. Today, we are talking about 1940s Rebecca, a movie that got legendary director Alfred Hitchcock his first shot at Best Picture and his only successful one. It is the story of a whirlwind romance across social classes that quickly becomes something darker, where Max de Winter's dead wife Rebecca lingers over his new relationship with sinister undertones. It is also an adaptation of Daphne du Maurier's classic and beloved novel.
I just realized this is kind of like the dark underbelly of Frank Capra. Like
Okay.
love across classes, but instead of it,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's like a dark
Evil Frank Capra be like.
Yes. No, it's like Mario Wario.
What's the zodiac sign that is completely
Gemini.
incompatible with Capricorn's Gemini's?
Oh, no. I don't know.
Okay. Whichever one is completely incompatible with Capricorn, that's what.
Oh, yeah.
All the horoscope girls out there. Let us know.
Okay, my first question I want to start off with is smash or pass?
Oh, I love this question.
Relationships that start on vacation.
Pass. Those always fizzle out. I was thinking that I'm like, he fell in love with the vacation girl.
loving, had me a blast. That's the only thing I can think of.
But yeah, so this is a movie where the two characters meet and fall in love on vacation. That was always something when I was like a kid, like a teenager. It always felt so romantic.
Yes. Yes.
And it's like, I wish this would happen to me, but like, that's what.
It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Face reality, kid. You live in Sacramento. He lives in Montana. It's never going to work.
Yeah.
I can't think of an honest instance where I've even felt it coming close to that.
Yeah.
Like something beyond the vacation itself.
Yeah, you kind of have to be like looking for it.
Maybe
thirsting for
like
it.
a hookup, but like I can't
Yeah.
imagine something being like, we gotta see each other after this.
Right. Maybe easier in the era of social media, I guess.
I do know people who have tried that, where it's like
Really?
they met at a wedding, and then they're like, oh, I gotta make it out to Colorado and see you.
It never works. It never works.
And we
If
can
only.
see that it does not work. Or maybe it does.
Yeah.
There's still more to cover with this one. But yeah, I mean, outside of this, which is, again, an emphatic pass on vacation relationships, not a ton else to cover, so we can hop right into our cast and crew.
Yes. So I'm going to start off with a little production, the making of Rebecca. So like Adam was saying earlier, Rebecca was a landmark film for Alfred Hitchcock because it was his first Hollywood movie. In 1939, producer David O. Selznick, who also produced Gone with the Wind, previous year's Best Picture winner, Selznick hired him to adapt Daphne du Maurier's best-selling novel. The collaboration was turbulent from the start, Hitchcock making major changes to the story while Selznick insisted on staying faithful to the book, leading to constant clashes throughout production. For the role of Mrs. de Winter, Laurence Olivier pushed hard for his girlfriend, Vivian Lee, to be cast instead.
I think they were both married, or one of them was married at the time. I thought there was a mistress situation going on with this. Yeah.
They had both been married at the time. And Vivian Lee, as we all know, was in Gone with the Wind as well. Mm-hmm. When Joan Fontaine got the role, Olivier reportedly treated her coldly on set. And Hitchcock took advantage of the situation by telling Fontaine that everyone on set disliked her. This resulted in the insecurity and nervousness that became exactly what he wanted for the character.
And we love a method queen.
We do.
Best casting Oscar.
Best casting Oscar. Again, it's like they're just...
It's like Mutiny on the Bounty all over again. We're going to exploit these real life insecurities to make the movie better.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, they did it with The Shining too.
Mm-hmm.
Or that guy just kind of sucked.
Kubrick?
Yeah.
Yeah, very abusive. Hitchcock had the same kind of thing. He was very abusive to his actresses, I think, mostly.
Yes, he was. The film faced censorship issues as well. In Daphne du Maurier's novel, Maxim deliberately murders Rebecca, but Hollywood's production code would not allow for a murderer to escape punishment, so the screenplay was rewritten to make Rebecca's death accidental. Hitchcock also had to tone down suggestions that Mrs. Danvers was romantically obsessed with Rebecca, although many viewers still pick up on the subtext today, myself included. We'll talk about it. Production was plagued by delays. Filming began just 5 days after Britain entered World War II, leaving Hitchcock and much of the British cast worried about loved ones back home. The shoot was originally scheduled for 36 days, but ultimately took 63. Hitchcock and Selznick also fought over creative control, with Hitchcock carefully planning shots so that Selznick would have less ability to re-edit the film later. But it was a massive success, no matter what. Let's dive into casting crew. So we're going to talk about Alfred Hitchcock, who is known as the master of suspense. There is so much about him.
I would argue this is one of his least known films, in a way. Very infrequently listed with the heavy hitters. I wouldn't say Rebecca is one that comes to most people's mind when they first think of Hitchcock. There's probably 3, 4, 5 more that come even before this one. Does everyone have a favorite Hitchcock?
I haven't seen any...
Besides
any of
Birds?
his films besides The Birds.
Yeah.
I've really only ever seen Rear Window.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Rear Window is my favorite. I think it's his best one.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about him. So he is, of course, one of the most influential filmmakers of all times. Many of cinema's biggest directors, including Steven Spielberg, Martin Scorsese, Brian De Palma, John Carpenter, and Quentin Tarantino, cite Hitchcock as a major influence. Alfred Hitchcock began his career not as a filmmaker, but a technical clerk and advertising designer before joining the film industry in 1919 as a title card artist. His breakthrough came in the British silent era, where films like The Lodger helped establish many of the themes that would define his career: murder, guilt, psychological tension, and ordinary people caught in extraordinary danger. So rather than focusing on like detectives or superheroes, he loved stories about average men and women, or sometimes not average men and women, but mostly who suddenly find themselves caught in conspiracies, murders, or very dangerous situations, obsessions. And then, yes, like I said, after a string of successful British thrillers, Selznick brought him in to direct Rebecca. Over a career of spanning more than 50 films, Hitchcock became known as, like I said, the master of suspense. His style emphasized tension over surprise, often letting audiences know more than the characters so that they could dread what was coming. His famous example was a bomb under a table. If it suddenly explodes, the audience gets 10 seconds of shock. If the audience knows it's there beforehand, they get 10 minutes of suspense. So nearly all of his movies are built around that idea. Alfred Hitchcock was raised in a strict Catholic household and was educated by Jesuits. He often spoke about how ideas of guilt, punishment, and anxiety stayed with him throughout his life, and those themes show up constantly in his films, like where characters are accused of crimes they didn't commit, they're hiding terrible secrets, or they become consumed by obsession. So yeah, that is Alfred Hitchcock. He never won another Oscar, or he never
won an Oscar. Yeah, because he wasn't a producer for this. The only thing that Rebecca won was picture and cinematography.
Yeah.
He was nominated for director 5 times. Mm-hmm. Did not win any of them.
I want to see who he lost against.
Well, I know this year he lost to John Ford.
I don't know who that is.
Valid.
They love John Ford.
I've never heard of him.
He's a big Western director.
Yeah.
Although this one Spielberg influence, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Spielberg worked for him, yeah?
I'm not sure.
For a little bit.
We will talk a lot about John Ford next week.
Ooh,
Is
okay.
he the director?
Yep.
Actor?
Yeah.
Did he make Ford cars?
I do not
That's Henry Ford.
know if he was related to them at all. I mean, I guess not.
I think
but
it's
I was like, is
Ford.
this an Amazon situation where he like makes cars and movies and
yeah,
and
he's Travis Knight. His dad founded Nike.
Alfred Hitchcock is not buried anywhere. His remains were cremated and his ashes were scattered over the Pacific Ocean. So if you're ever out on a boat, say hi to Mr. Hitchcock. Who knows? The fish you might catch might have a little Hitchcock spice.
That suspenseful Hawaiian breeze.
Okay, now I'm going to talk about Joan Fontaine as Mrs. De Winter. So Joan Fontaine was...
What was her name?
She didn't get one.
Whoa.
No name. Shout out MD Foodie Boys. Okay. Joan Fontaine.
That's gas. Takis are gas.
Yo, I hate celery. Okay.
I've never had a celery.
I actually legitimately do not know what you two are talking about right now.
This is good. This is good. The reference that Adam doesn't get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, literally. I just got onked.
Good. Okay, so Joan Fontaine was born Joan de Havilland in Tokyo to British parents and spent much of her early career living in the shadow of her older sister, actress Olivia de Havilland, who plays Melanie in Gone with the Wind.
Well, there's so many weird parallels between
Gone with the Wind.
connections, because you had Vivian Leigh, you had David O. Selznick, you had Joan Fontaine.
They were still high on that Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
They were. Gone with the Wind. All right. So,
Smells in here now.
okay. So she changed her professional name because she did not want to compete with her sister. They had a very estranged relationship. But after several years of small roles and little success, Fontaine was reportedly giving up on acting. But then she had a dinner party conversation with Selznick, which led to an audition for Rebecca, which changed her life. She continued to work with Alfred Hitchcock afterwards. Her ability to project anxiety and insecurity made audiences identify with her, specifically in Alfred Hitchcock films. She was a very nice puzzle piece there.
She was really good in this.
She was great.
I thought.
Yeah. This film earned her her first Academy Award nomination. The following year, she won Best Actress for Hitchcock's Suspicion, making her the only performer ever to win an acting Oscar for a Hitchcock film. Yeah, but she was a very big female star in the 1940s. Despite her success, Fontaine often joked that Hollywood seemed determined to cast her in roles where she was crying, frightened, or emotionally tormented. But again, those are great for a Hitchcock film.
Yeah.
Now we're going to just talk about Laurence Olivier as Maxim de Winter. So by a broad consensus, Laurence Olivier was one of the greatest actors of the 20th century. At a time when stage actors and film actors were often seen as belonging to different worlds, Olivier dominated both. He became the defining Shakespearean actor of his generation while simultaneously building a major Hollywood career through films like Wuthering Heights, Rebecca, Hamlet, and Richard III. His influence was so immense that he helped shape modern British theatre itself, serving as the founding director of Britain's National Theatre. Today, Britain's highest theatre honor bears his name, the Laurence Olivier Awards. Olivier's career spanned more than 6 decades and showcased an extraordinary range from romantic leading men to Shakespearean kings, detectives, villains, and tragic antiheroes. He won an Academy Award for Hamlet. He earned numerous Oscar nominations across 5 different decades.
I think he may have won a few for Hamlet, because I believe he directed it as well as starring in it.
Yeah, he was low-key goated.
Yeah. So we'll get into that Hamlet.
For sure.
Because it did win.
Yeah.
Best Picture.
Oh, good for them. Oh, shit. Oh, I can't wait to watch. Okay. Olivier and Vivian Leigh were like the Brangelina of the 1930s and 40s.
Toxic queens.
Yeah, they were like really famous couple. But he was also considered one of the biggest heartthrobs of the era. After Wuthering Heights, Pride and Prejudice, and Rebecca, audiences basically lost their minds over him. One gossip columnist wrote that she'd give Vivian Leigh a run for her money after seeing him as Heathcliff.
Clark Gable washed.
Yeah, like really,
Literally.
Clark Gable, like move over. Laurence Olivier's in town. And then I'm going to quickly talk about Judith Anderson, the woman behind Mrs. Danvers. Long before Rebecca, Judith Anderson was already considered one of the greatest stage actresses out there. By the time Hitchcock cast her as Mrs. Danvers, she was less of a movie star, but she was like an actor's actor, a very respected theatrical legend, bringing this serious, dramatic weight to Hollywood. In Rebecca, she created one of cinema's most memorable villains, Mrs. Danvers, the obsessive housekeeper that we'll talk about.
Really good.
Really good. The performance earned Anderson her only Academy Award nomination and remains the role for which she is best remembered.
It was a competitive year for Best Supporting Actress. At least like the one that won versus this one are very solid. We'll talk about that in Oscar history.
Oh, and that's a wrap on Cast and Crew.
Thank you, Sarah. All right. We will get into now the plot of the movie. Rebecca begins same as the novel with the iconic line, "Tonight I dreamed I was in Manderley again." In a dream, she sees Manderley, the house in which she was living in, laying in ruin. It's a miniature of the house that they created.
Very
It looks
cool
really
looking.
cool, really cool miniature. The whole thing is a very Southern Gothic, as they say, or just
I loved
Gothic
that
rather.
beginning. I
Yeah.
was instantly like, oh, I'm locked in right
It
now.
reminded me of something. The rest of the movie didn't remind me of this, but the beginning reminded me of something out of like a Guillermo del Toro sort of
Totally.
film.
That's great. I couldn't put it into words, but you just did.
Yeah. So I loved that aspect. And then it takes us back to the beginning of the story. So we see the house in ruin and think, how are we going to get there? And then we go back to the vacation again, where these two met. They're in the south of France.
Monte, as they kept saying.
Monte.
Not Monte Carlo, it's just Monte.
Yeah, no, real ones call it Monte.
Real ones call it Monte. It's a very Kardashian thing for them to do.
Yeah. You know, it's a very European movie. There's really no trace of American
Right.
in this. But Laurence Olivier, a.k.a. Max de Winter, he's about to jump off a cliff. Or so it seems.
A Heathcliff.
Okay.
Has he played him?
He did. He did.
Yeah,
The year before, he
that's
did
good.
play him.
That's good.
But he is stopped by a girl who sees him. They're like, awkward.
Taco Taco.
Yeah. Oops.
Oops.
There's like, they caught me slipping.
You got me slipping.
But then it goes back there. They meet again in the hotel lobby in Monte. This girl, and for some reason, I wrote down that she was her aunt. No one says that. I just assumed she was her aunt for some reason.
She was giving auntie
No.
vibes for sure.
Yeah.
She's not, though.
No, she's not.
Yeah,
They,
okay.
They're revealed that she is literally just a paid travel companion.
Yeah.
Which
What
is-
a job.
I know.
I wish that was the thing.
Get paid to just travel with rich. I don't know. Would you want that job? That sounds terrible.
It's being a personal assistant is what it is.
Yeah.
But I like the title more of a personal companion.
That's just like what
Paid-
sugar daddies do sometimes.
gonna
They
say-
like hire girls to like go to dinner with them.
Well, it's not about going to. It's like she's literally like supposed to be
Yeah, but it's
like
the same
tending to
idea.
her.
It's kind of
and
sad. It's
writing
like you
with-
have no friends.
Yeah, like it's so sad.
Like you're rich enough to hire someone to.
I think it's more honest about the personal assistant position than the personal assistant position currently is. Where it's like they won't tell you that they just want a friend.
Right.
okay, that's fair.
As someone who has
I
been,
can-
as someone
I
who has
can
done that job, you realize half the time you're like, oh, you just need someone to talk to.
It's like you could respond to your own emails.
But-
You're capable of that. You just want me to.
But
be there
then,
for
God
you.
forbid, I try to return the favor and I try to be like like a companion with you, and it's like,
Of
oh no,
course.
you're breaching a line here.
Yeah.
At least if you call it like I'm a paid companion, you can at least be honest about that aspect.
All right, so we're gonna spend the next hour talking about Drew's trauma.
Yeah, let's unpack that.
Whatever. There's a fucking movie. We can talk about it.
But in the scene, her travel companion Edith Van Hopper is her name, who is the worst.
The worst. Her putting a cigarette out in her facial cream was crazy work.
She was actually so awful that she was awesome.
No, I know. Like when she put the cigarette out in the facial cream,
Yes,
I nearly
visibly-
clapped. I nearly clapped.
But she's doing an exposition dump of Max de Winter for the benefit of our nameless protagonist.
tragic man. Shame what happened to him. He's so lonely.
That was actually really good.
That was actually really good. I can't even make
Your
fun
impressions stay winning.
of that. But she references again things that are more somewhat for the audience's benefit. In a way, he lost his wife, she drowned, it was a whole tragedy, he's super lonely, etc., 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 thus planting the seed that this mysterious rich man is in need of some companionship. And so this,
You know, he could pay someone for that.
it was a different time. He wanted that ethical nookie, okay?
Ethical nookie, I love it.
But again, they have somewhat of a weird proto relationship again because she saw him in his moment of vulnerability. She doesn't exactly know the implications of why, but now she is thinking, it's related to his wife, of course, his dead wife, Rebecca. They meet for lunch and they spend time together over the course of the week or 2 weeks or however long these rich people are just chilling in Monty. This is facilitated by the fact that her employer, Edith, is sick in her room for some period of time. She just has a cold and is laying in bed. She tells her she's just off on tennis lessons all day, every day, when really she's out with Max de Winter. The dialogue in this movie was excellent, I thought. Really, really liked it. Nice with being kind of artful and fun. I love the scene where he's talking to her. Max is talking to Mrs. De Winter, future Mrs. De Winter, about her father. She says he was a sketch artist who only drew one tree. And just the line of, if you find something perfect, you just want to stick with it. Mm-hmm. Daphne du Maurier wrote that line a lot better than I recited it back to here in this
No,
pod.
it was really great.
But it was a good line. I liked the dialogue a lot. She does make the first of many faux pas throughout this movie. She says something about drowning that really triggers Max. It's revealed that his wife died by drowning. the whole thing is just him being like a typical avoidant man. This one could actually maybe benefit from therapy speak because
No,
this
like
is not a
actually,
romantic comedy.
Not at all. Like we definitely can dive into his psyche for
Yes,
sure.
100%. But, again, they're getting closer and closer and closer. They admit that they're falling for each other or whatever. And he's like, that's great. If you're going to be with me, you can't wear black satin or pearls.
It's like, fuck you. I'm sorry. But this guy like sets this girl up for such failure.
Totally.
Like he's just making Rebecca her fucking problem.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And
that's,
it just-
I mean, that's
the whole point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, and this poor girl's just like stepping over fucking landmines the entire time.
Oh, totally.
Trying to like impossibly figure out how to avoid being like Rebecca,
Yeah. They called this movie a ghost story.
Totally.
In a lot of ways, which I didn't quite fully understand until I watched it, but it totally is. It's a ghost story without ghosts.
Yes.
Which is cool.
I love that.
I think they do a great job of portraying that.
Yeah.
The specter of Rebecca haunts everything, and there's a lot more nuance to that as the movie goes on.
For sure.
Now, they're at the end of their vacation. Edith gets a telegram that her daughter is getting married in New York. So it's like, all right, we gotta go. We gotta leave. And our protagonist,
She doesn't have a name.
So hard to call her things.
Lady.
I love that she doesn't have a name, but it does make it harder to discuss in a podcast.
Totally. It's like, didn't they think that through?
Yeah.
Like the media landscape? Like, come on.
I wonder how they refer to her in the book, which I have not read. Don't believe any of us have read yet. But in the early chapters of the book, I wonder what they refer to.
Is it probably
her.
from her perspective?
Oh, that's a good point. Could be. I'm very interested in reading the book now. We actually have it on our bookshelf. So.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Probably read it at some point. Regardless, protagonist, lady, girl.
Mama.
Yeah. No. Really. I'd say the opposite.
She's not mama.
No. She's trying to find Mr. De Winter because they didn't have cell phones or social media back then. This would be the last time she would ever get to see him. She calls his room. He's not there. He's like in the shower or something. She like runs all around. She's fending off.
They do the most like cartoonish way of
It's
showing
kinda
he's in
silly.
the shower, where it's
Yeah.
just the phone ringing. And you hear, exactly.
He's whimsical.
It's a very Looney Tunes way of showing someone's in the shower.
He's like not like that at all in the movie, though.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
So I was like, it's so out of place. This dude is not singing in the shower.
shower.
He's crying in the shower. This guy.
Yes, yes. He's sitting on the floor eating.
Maybe
an
that's how he
orange.
cries.
Yeah.
But again, it's kind of a almost slapstick or silly way of her fending off her employer and trying to distract her. She ultimately just goes up to his room and he's like, well, let's get married then.
Bro, what is
Red-
wrong
red
with you?
flag.
Like, even for the 40s, like, that's crazy.
That's crazy. And she's like, sure, my life sucks. If you were in her position, you would all say no?
No, I'd say yes.
Yeah.
I'd say yes. Like, that's a big house.
She's what, an orphan who has
Yeah.
a job as a personal companion? Like, take
They-
your
I'd say
parachute, girl.
Yeah. They really go really, really hard out of their way to show that she's very lonely.
I totally get why she said yes to marrying him. Yeah.
100%. And she's so naive, and that's the point of her character, the point of the movie. I actually love after they kind of settle into what they're doing, they eat their hotel breakfast together. That was their room service.
Yes.
And he is, my favorite lines in the movie, he's just like, they're talking about how happy they are about this. And he's just like, he looks at her and is like, you're so naive. Like, and I love that about you. And it's like, one day I will remind you of this conversation and you won't believe me that it happened.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think is a really again, I really like the dialogue. I really like the writing here because it's like, this is them at their peak happiness. And it's like, he's foreshadowing how terrible things
it's
are
about
going
to be.
She really wants to go back to Manderley, the house that he lives in. He's a little cagey about it, but ultimately does capitulate. They go on a full honeymoon period, which is like, they show videos of it later, which we'll talk about. It's kind of sweet, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that there's a lot of nuance, of course, to the relationship. It's hard to say, like, did they actually love each other in, like, that span of, like, a week or 2 weeks or however long they spent together, like, to the catalyst of him essentially proposing, of course. I do feel that maybe I'm being an optimist, but I do feel there was like a true attraction, interest in each other. It didn't feel like either one was necessarily using the other consciously.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you there. It was hard sometimes to tell, like, is he attracted to her?
Yeah.
Does he really love her, or does he just need a companion? But I felt that there was love towards the end, maybe.
I think paradoxically, and they really withhold this from you throughout the course of the movie, is he was very attracted to the fact that she was not Rebecca, which the movie and the story leads you to believe the opposite for the majority of the runtime, which I think is a neat little magic trick that the movie does.
That's great. I love that.
I like their relationship enough. I think they they have like solid chemistry.
Yeah.
In that aspect.
It was strong. It survived. Yeah. I think. I mean, who knows what happens after?
Yeah. Well, you know what happens after because they go to Manderley. They finally arrive at the homestead. It's raining. It's kind of a fun scene of them like driving in the rain. Yeah. All of the staff greet them.
I was ready for it to break out into a musical number like Annie or Beauty and
Beauty
the
and the Beast.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I'm not going to say that.
Come on.
I'm gonna like it.
Oh my gosh.
But this is where she interacts and meets the head of the house, Mrs. Danvers, as well as the head of the estate, Mr. Crawley. There's an idea that she's supposed to sort of... I was a little confused by this because, like, they have a head of the house. What did she need to do?
What did she need to be doing?
Yeah, but there's still, like, an expectation of her doing something. Kind of ironic, I guess. I don't know. I loved how much fish out of water she was as, like, a poor person being thrown so much headfirst into this rich person world. Some other movies that are nominated this year try to tackle things like class consciousness in a way that I think is not as smart as this is. I think the way it tackles class is really cool in Rebecca. I think they do a really good job of portraying her discomfort with kind of being in this new position, as well as just like how out of sync everyone is with each other by the fact that they're trying to force her into this.
So true. Parasite washed.
Yeah. Parasite who? Bong Joon who?
Oh, man.
She's trying to find something to do as the new lady of the house. She goes to the morning room where she told is like, well, Rebecca just always spent all of her time in the morning room. Rebecca's stuff is all in there. Everything has the monogram R on it, which is very important throughout the rest of the movie. Funny little scene. The phone rings calling first. She answers the phone. It's like, I'm looking for Mrs. De Winter. She's like, oh yeah, sorry, Mrs. De Winter is dead. She's been dead for like a year, and then hangs up. She's like, Mrs. Danvers, I think, comes in and says, that was the gardener. He was talking to you.
Like, you're also Mrs. De Winter.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's me.
Sorry, Mrs. De Winter can't come to the phone right now. Why? Because she's dead.
I thought the exact same thing.
Stop it, guys.
But no, she couldn't.
Taylor Swift would love this movie, I feel like.
I think so,
she
too.
would make.
She probably has a song about it.
She probably has a song about Rebecca. Oh, Rebecca. Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Honestly, that does feel like something she would be into, to
Yeah.
be honest. But yeah, a lot of the housekeepers are just like, you will never be her. She's her.
Yeah, they're all like, not my presidenting the new Mrs. De Winter. It's like imagine like moving into an apartment and the landlord's like, guess how much cooler the old tenant was.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, sorry, I have a beige couch.
Yeah. Max De Winter's sister comes for lunch and says how much Danvers, the head of the house, loved Rebecca sexually. Or not really, you know.
They didn't say,
but
it was, you know, Mrs. Danvers.
It's a little sapphic.
She was smelling Rebecca's undies. You know, she would have loved Saltburn. She probably has a jar of Rebecca's bathwater in the freezer with a popsicle stick in it, ready to fucking suck that in the summertime.
Hell yeah.
I bet she was all Barry Keoghan up in that household.
Gross.
Sorry.
But yeah, she talks about how much Danvers loved Rebecca, and then she's just like shits all over this new one. Before she walks into the room, of course.
Yeah.
She's out of her depth. The sister's like, oh, Max hasn't said anything about your hair or the way you dress.
I feel so bad for the new
I
Mrs. De Winter. Like, that
know,
just fucking sucks.
Max, to his credit or like not to his credit, kind of both. He's like very aloof about the whole thing. He's like, no, I like your hair. And the audience is like, does he? Or is he lying? Or is he just clueless? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
But they go for a little walk. They go for a hot girl walk.
They do.
Yeah, they go down to there's some stairs that go down to the beach. He's like, I want to go down to the beach. And he's like, I guess. I don't really want to go down to the beach, but if you want to, I suppose. There's this awesome dog, Jasper, who's the goat.
Yeah.
It's like a...
It has to be part dachshund.
No, too big.
That the snout was pretty long.
No, it's definitely like, it's got the big floppy ears. It's kind of like
A Cocker Spaniel?
Yeah, yes, it was a Cocker Spaniel. That's what...
That makes
That's
sense
what
for
it was.
Britain.
Totally.
I smell some wiener, but I'll let it pass. He's dachshund
Sorry.
passing.
All right,
Take a shower.
Mrs. De Winter.
He's-
or
hey.
Mrs. Danvers.
No, he's dachshund passing, I would say.
Okay. But yes,
Ugh.
this dachshund passing Cocker Spaniel. He's like running all around. It seems implied that he was maybe Rebecca's dog.
I
They never
think
really
so.
say that.
You can sense he was all sniffing her things, and
Oh,
he
totally.
missed her. You can feel it.
But
He's a great actor.
He runs down. Yes. He was not a golden retriever, thank goodness.
Thank goodness. It's just
Yeah.
it's because it's a British movie. Like
Totally.
American movies are all
Yeah.
like golden retrievers.
Exactly. But he runs down to this mysterious shack on the beach, and he's sniffing the door, which Mrs. De Winter thinks, oh, that's odd. She goes up, she opens the door, and there's like a crazy drifter who's living in the house.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
dude is like
Ben.
that's like every man on the Oregon coast. Like if you ever go to
Like
the-
a tweaker?
yes,
Like a
like a straight up
schizophrenic tweaker?
yes.
Oh, poor guy. Ben is the name of this schizophrenic Oregon man. He delivers some very... Honestly, this is when it starts really feeling like a Netflix thriller.
Okay, do you know that this movie was remade by Netflix?
Yes, Lily
No.
James and Army
Yeah,
Hammer.
dude, Army Hammer what played De Winter.
Oh,
Sarah
Army
Face.
Hammer. Yeah. Yeah.
I know, I knew it was-
2020 too.
it was
so
2020.
It was actually right around.
Yeah.
I'm
right
scared.
around
Everything
then.
made in 2020 was really scary. I feel like.
No, I think that was before the cannibal allegations.
It was
or
right around
during.
then.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I knew it was Lily James, and I was like, oh, who's the man? I was like, oop.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna all quiet this, like all quiet on the Western Front. Like I'm not gonna watch that.
It does not
No.
surprise me that Netflix tried that though.
I don't think it was, at least the new All Quiet, even though I didn't like it, at least it like was relevant to discussions of awards and stuff and won Oscars. This Rebecca was like a wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
it
no.
didn't have
Yeah, it
Army
didn't do
Hammer.
anything.
So
Even if it didn't have Army Hammer, I don't think that would have saved it.
No.
I mean, you don't need to remake this. It's a very
You don't need
this
to.
movie feels like it can fit into any era. It's great.
agreed.
But yeah, she meets Spooky Tweaker. He gives a spooky monologue, and it doesn't really mean anything yet.
Adam loved Ben.
Yeah, he was great. If I'm getting a Ben tattoo.
Oh,
But she learns a lot from the head of estate, Mr. Crawley, about this. They're like, he's Ben, he's harmless. There's an exposition.
They establish he's just a squatter basically.
Yeah, but they don't. They just kind of let him live. They seem to think he's purely harmless, and in any other Netflix slot movie, maybe the new one, Ben kills everyone.
that sounds
Because
like
that's like what
Netflix.
they would do is like lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
But yes, what happens next is movie night.
Movie night.
Movie night, and she shows up in the one thing she was not supposed to show up in, which is a black satin dress.
Oh my god, let the girl fucking live.
No,
like
literally.
genuinely.
Only wore this just so you could take it off. This was another.
No, I'm aware. I'm aware of the reference.
Yeah.
She'd love this movie.
She probably
She'd love
would,
this movie.
honestly.
She was Easter egging this movie like crazy.
Yeah. The movie night subject is their honeymoon videos. But what movie would they be watching if it was actually movie night, do you think?
That's a great question.
Cavalcade.
Cavalcade. He would be showing her Cavalcade.
No, literally.
He would be showing her a movie.
This is my culture.
I'm
Yeah.
While
I'm
they eat
picturing them
beans on
just
toast.
scrolling through Netflix and going through like, no. Oh, this could be fun, and it's the Rebecca remake.
And then they're like, actually, no, we're gonna watch Happy Gilmore too.
Should we watch the new Chappelle?
What about Love on the Spectrum?
That's actually the real horror movie. All he watches is just Netflix stand-up.
Ew. Oh, Robbie Hoffman, she's new.
Ooh, Tony Hinchcliffe.
Ew.
But throughout this whole night, they're watching honeymoon videos. I actually liked them. I thought they were very endearing.
That was a very endearing moment, for sure.
But she just cannot keep her foot out of her mouth ever.
No, she can't. She can't.
She keeps just saying things that trigger Max.
But she can't help it.
She can't help it.
Like, that's literally not her fault.
It really
it's
isn't her
his fault
fault.
that he's still triggered by it.
She's like, I'm hungry. Rebecca used to always say
No,
that.
literally. She's like, fuck, I can't fucking win. Fuck.
Oh, yeah. And then he then goes to London in the next scene just because, I guess, I don't know, because he's rich. I'm never super sure what he did for money at any point.
I had no idea.
He just, was rich.
He just had the estate.
Yeah, exactly. When he's in London, she does see movement in the West Wing, which is where Rebecca had her whole wing that no one else goes to. Like, rich people have, entire wings of their house dedicated to one person, of course.
Yeah.
But she see movement. Again, this plays very much into the fact that this is a ghost story without being a ghost story. They have all the trappings of a ghost story, which I think is very interesting. Even legitimately seeing mysterious movement in the other wing of the house. What I like about it, though, is everything is pretty much immediately explained, but it keeps the overall aesthetic.
Yes.
Which is cool. Because, the person that's in the other side of the house is just Mrs. Danvers. And a mysterious man who she calls Mr. Jack. And he's Jack Skellington. Nightmare on. Kind of look like him in a way,
Yeah.
Mr. Jack. He goes out the back door, but then he comes into the house and trolls the wife. He calls himself Rebecca's favorite cousin, which comes back later in a gross way.
Yeah, I know. I was like, ew.
If you have a favorite cousin, there's never a good implication there.
He was just a smarmy, gross character. He played it well. He was good.
He was great in his role. I hated him.
Jack Favell. This is where it gets real rough for Mrs. De Winter, because Danvers takes her to Rebecca's wing and she gets so creepy. There's an iconic scene where she takes out a lace dress that Rebecca used to wear.
I'm telling you, she's smelling them.
Oh, 100% she's wearing them, she's smelling them, she's doing all sorts
stuff.
of diabolical stuff.
She's doing not Hays Code approved stuff.
Yeah, definitely. But she's look at how thin this lace is. You can see my hand through it. So creepy.
Literally Barry Keoghan and Saltburn vibes.
Yeah, literally. I wonder if Emerald Fennell has seen this. Probably.
100%.
This seems like something she would.
If you're British, they probably watched this in third grade, when the substitute's in. In second grade, you get Cavalcade. In third grade, you get to upgrade to
Rebecca. Yeah.
But, to Mrs. De Winter's credit, she gets a little bit of backbone. And she tells Danvers, throw away all of Rebecca's stuff. I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
She goes and gets all the letters and things that she wrote. And she has Danvers throw them all away. In that, she does see an invitation to a costume ball, which kind of triggers her and makes her think, well, I want to be better. I want to do the same things. I want to be, because in her mind, she still wants to be like Rebecca. She kind of feels like she needs to live up to this spectrum. Because again, what she is hearing from people is she was so beautiful. She was so great. She was so wonderful. So she thinks that she is this paragon of virtue that she needs to live up to, essentially. But again, it gets a little more complicated than that. But before we get there, we have a costume ball scene, which is the epitome of cringe.
So fucking cringe.
I loved it, though, so much.
Crazy secondhand embarrassment.
good.
For
Yeah,
them.
so she's deciding what she wants to wear for a costume. She's walking through the house, which also, is a crazy thing that she is walking through the house, and it's well, this is an old ancestor of the De Winters. I want to dress up as your grandma for the costume
That's
party.
a very rich person thing.
I guess.
I couldn't even imagine.
Dress up like my grandmummy, please.
Well, he didn't even ask
I
for this.
know,
She
yeah,
is just
yeah.
assuming that's what he wants.
They would totally do that, though.
But going up to your boyfriend and being like, I think I'm gonna be Grandma Susan for Halloween.
Yeah.
Should we send her pics?
And the thing was, it wasn't even a good costume. It was just a random
She looked like
sundress.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's hey, look, I'm this picture.
She's literally doing the
Yeah,
Instagram thing where she's like, no, swipe up. No, look, you'll see, I nailed it. I kind of nailed it.
And Mrs. Danvers is actually hyping her up. She's like, great choice. That'd be really good. He's
Bro,
gonna
she
love
was
that.
so evil.
She was
evil.
diabolical.
She was so bored. It's like, get a hobby. All you're doing is walking around thinking about Rebecca and trying to do all this stuff. And
So an interesting thing
Get a
I
life.
read is that they purposely shot her never in movement. She's always kind of appearing places or like in a very static position, which
I
made
read that
her
as
feel
well.
very imposing. And to have her move would have been to humanize her more, is what
God forbid.
what I read. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it worked really well. I think she was a great character, really villainous. And that's highlighted in the next scene where the costume party started. De Winter's sister shows up with her husband and they're just like in really stupid costumes. The guy's like a comic strongman with like an inflatable barbell.
Stambo or whatever.
Sando.
Sando.
Eugene Sandow.
Yeah, from Ziegfeld. Exactly. Which is like, these are the costumes that you should be wearing in this scenario. Like something stupid, not just like, I'm an old rich person.
I'm grandma.
But Mrs. De Winter's like in her room getting ready. It's like, I don't want anyone to see me yet. I have a big surprise. And then it goes to her like walking down the stairs. Her face, I loved her face in this. It was so embarrassing. Because she was so excited to unveil her costume and like looking at her husband.
Oh my God.
And it's like the epitome of like, bro thought she cooked.
She did. She thought she did something.
Oh God, but she burned down the kitchen
She
so
did.
badly.
Oh my God.
I mean, she got.
And you don't know
swindled into it.
exactly why it's so bad, but like you can tell something bad is about to happen. You don't know exactly why, but you know immediately when Max turns around, he will be triggered. And he does, and he is. He is straight up furious that she is wearing this. And it's because it is the same costume that Rebecca wore the last time they had a costume party. Because again, like Danvers set her up so bad. And
They
so,
all set her up bad.
totally. There was no way of winning in this whole scenario.
The scariest part of this movie was that Maxim never created an environment for her to just exist on her own. She was always...
Oh, sounds like therapy speak.
No, this is the ghost.
Sarah has become the villain.
The ghost story. It's a ghost story about having a third person in a relationship.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting thing where it's like therapy speak could actually be effective in things like dramas. It's just not fun in comedies.
It's not fun in rom-coms. Like, fucking let that be. Let that live.
Yeah. But this one where it's like actually a darker story, it's like we can psychoanalyze these people a little bit more.
Like there's emotional baggage. It can come as a carry-on, a checked bag, or an estate.
Sure.
Right?
It's funny.
Oh yeah, I know it's funny when someone says, that's funny.
I liked it.
No, I'm just kidding. I can tell. I know you liked it. Hey!
Okay.
Don't do that.
So after the disastrous costume reveal, Mrs. De Winter runs up to Rebecca's quarters in the West Wing, which is kind of weird, but she runs into Mrs. Danvers, who's like, you can always kill yourself.
That was crazy.
She like opens the big window and it's like, I just love the sound of the ocean. You want to come look out the window? And she's like, it'd be so easy to jump, wouldn't it? It's great. I mean, like
it was awesome.
It was actually really good. The tension is a little broken here by the fact someone's like, a ship hit the rocks. It's kind of weird.
It was weird. I was like, wait, what happened?
I'm very curious how that is handled in the book because it felt like two kind of different scenes that were a little stitched together for the movie, but like maybe it works in the same kind of timeline. So at this time, a ship hits the rocks, and this is really a big turning point.
Wait, is it the Titanic? Is this another Cavalcade Easter egg?
Another Cavalcade reference.
Yeah.
No, just a random ship. They never really elaborate on that. It's really a vehicle, kind of a means to an end of moving the story along. One thing that I sort of didn't mention is Rebecca. We mentioned that she drowned, but the way in which she drowned is she was in a ship off of her estate, off of Manderley, and mysteriously the ship capsized and took her down with it. They allegedly found her body washed ashore some 40 miles upland. Max was the one to identify her body, bury her, etc., etc., etc. This will all be very important quite soon. Because when the ship ran aground, they send a diver in, and they also find the remains of the ship in which Rebecca sunk. And dun dun dun, there's a body in the ship. And so Mrs. De Winter and Max, they are down in the beachside cabin, the one with the little tweaker Ben is usually in, but they kick him out for the night. There's a very pivotal scene where Max sort of delivers. It's not really a villain monologue. It's just like a really long monologue about explaining the kind of the course of the whole story, and really flips the whole movie and the whole story on its head. Because what he reveals is that he didn't love Rebecca. He hated her.
And he killed her.
And he killed her. So he knew that the body in the boat was in fact Rebecca. He knew that the body that he identified was not Rebecca. And he kind of reveals through a very long-winded way about why that was the case. This flips the whole perception of the story very much so on its head, where he paints Rebecca as this evil, evil person.
She was just like
Cruel.
She was cruel. She was, she cheated on him all the time.
Yeah.
4 days into their marriage.
God,
She for the streets.
She's for the
honestly,
streets. She was.
She was for the
cobblestones.
yeah, literally. She was for the cousins' bedrooms.
Ew.
I know. That's what it is. She was always taunting him, just really flaunting how much she was for the streets in front of him consistently. It all comes to a head when she reveals to him that she is, in fact, pregnant. And so they have a big blowout fight in this. Again, in the book, apparently he just like straight up shoots her. In the movie, it's
weird.
Worse and weirder, where he's like, well, she said that to me, and then I struck her, and then she fell into a piece of like
Fell on
ship.
an anchor.
Yeah, she like hit her head on an anchor because maybe she was stumbling around after he slapped
that whole
her.
thing, I was like, wait, what? This is not
And then
making
she
sense.
fell down and she died, which is again kind of like what you said, Sarah. It sort of almost is meant to absolve him of guilt in a way.
Yeah.
But ultimately it was kind of strange.
It was strange. I will say that whole monologue felt very like film noir-y.
Yes.
Which
very, very film noir.
Is this a film noir? Would this count as a film noir?
There are film noir elements.
Okay.
I think
But that whole thing was like, light the cigarette, like, oh, what I kill.
Okay, he kept throwing his lit cigarettes onto the ground in the house. Like he would light a match, light a cigarette, and then like throw it onto the carpet. I was like,
He is like a spoiled rich kid at the end of the day.
No, because that was
really.
Rebecca's little like hookup house.
Yeah.
So I think he
a little
probably didn't
briny
get
seat.
he was
Her
kinda-
brothel.
He kind of was like,
I guess so.
It doesn't
I
have the
guess so.
respect to put a cigarette out in a normal way.
Yeah.
But yeah, he then put her body into a
Or
boat.
boom boom room. That's what it is in Jersey Shore.
We don't want
It's
the boom boom room.
There's a word for that.
Just when you watch this movie, imagine Rebecca is Snooki. She had black hair just like her.
Oh, jeez.
Rebecca's Angelina, if anything.
Okay, I don't get the references.
It's for me.
Okay.
This one's one for me, one for them.
But yeah, after she dies tragically, he puts her body into the boat and pushes it out to sea. I think he drilled holes in it so he could be sure that it sank. Again, revealing to the audience that he actually sort of killed her, or at least has a place in a piece as part of all of this tragedy that happened, which is arguably to him maybe not so much of a tragedy as it has been painted for the whole world.
Which, okay, it was very funny when he was telling Mrs. De Winter, he was like, oh, I hated her. I killed her. And she's like, so you do love me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, so did you not just hear that he admitted to murder?
Yeah. She needed some self-respect.
She did in those moments.
But also, like, he needed some self-respect. I don't think anyone in this movie had any self-respect.
None
and
of them.
ultimately, that was, like, the issue.
That was the issue.
Besides, I guess, maybe Rebecca. But I think she probably didn't have self-respect either.
No, she didn't. She was passing her nookie around.
That's true. So they find the body in the boat, and there is to be a formal coroner's inquest, which is just a fancy term for a trial scene. Drew, what did you think of the trial scene?
I will say it was a little more bearable because it was kind of like a cute little cottagey looking courtroom,
Yeah.
but it's still a court scene. Honestly, it's just like, it's not even the court scene. It's like, okay, now we're just watching a procedural. Now
kind of becomes like a
now I'm
weird-
watching a Law and Order episode,
It kind of becomes a weird, like, procedural noir mix kind of thing.
and we're just taking.
Yes.
It's like I don't like this because it takes all the mystery out of it, and it's like if you're gonna get the answer out, get it out quick. But it's like, at this point, I'm just like checking my watch.
You're touching on something that I totally agree with, and that is that I was so feeling the movie up until the point where he kind of revealed what happened to Rebecca. And I think there's still some good stuff there, but like once you strip away the mystery of the movie, I found it to be a lot less interesting.
Yeah, and it went on much longer than it needed to at this point.
Yeah.
Also,
You could have done all that. You could have gotten all these answers out in the house. We didn't need to like go off on a whole different. It was literally like a whole episode of TV. After this is what it was.
Also, parts of the movie were filmed at Catalina Island, so it has my least favorite movie thing. And
That's true.
It was least favorite.
All the Monte Carlo stuff, right? Is definitely Catalina.
Catalina Island.
It
It was like
Anything
so
with water.
It was so obviously Catalina. It was like, that's not Monaco. Like,
No.
And it was like, I've been there. It does not look like that.
yeah.
But there's a courtroom scene. Max crashes out. They go off to another place. They like break for lunch because Mrs. De Winter faints. Like, she's hungry. Let's go break for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
And then they go to another restaurant, which is down the street. And then cousin Mr. Jack comes and this is crazy to me because he comes to allege murder that Max killed her, which I mean, like, low-key, he correct in that whole thing. But his defense is essentially, well, I was sleeping with my cousin, so therefore she would not have killed herself.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She was clearly a sane and stable body of mind. She was sleeping with her cousin. She was having a good time.
Well, I thought that it was so crazy, like how he framed it. It's like you killed her, and like I was sleeping with her, like boom, roasted. Like it's like, dude,
No, literally.
why are you self-owning yourself this hard? Like I would never admit any of this.
It's so funny because he does say, when we first meet him, he has that weird little line where he's like, I'm just a lonely guy. We're like, bro, you can only get with your cousin. Like,
But he says that she wouldn't have killed herself because she sent me a letter.
The dick was too good.
And he's like, well, she also couldn't have killed herself because she was pregnant, which if you were pregnant by your cousin, like,
reasons to kill yourself.
I would say you're not really helping the case. And then again, it gets a little convoluted because then they go to the doctor that she was seeing, and the doctor is like, well, she wasn't pregnant. She was actually riddled with cancer.
Yeah.
So then the policeman's like, well, she probably did kill herself then. Case closed.
Yeah. Well, that's what was annoying about this whole back half of the movie. We're just constantly getting twist after twist after twist that we don't need.
Yeah.
And it's just ultimately at the end to just like absolve anyone of guilt. At the end of this, no one's at fault. That's kind of what we
I
get to.
really honestly wanted the movie to be that like Rebecca was good and she just had to learn to like not live up to her or like live up to her, and it was more about like actual trauma and making it a real drama about that. And then it's like, you introduce the twist, you have to make it a thriller. I'm sure it was very shocking and interesting back then. And like, it serves the story. I get it. I just think that stuff, to Drew's point, is a lot less interesting than just making it about the characters.
It's like, oh, here's a twist. I killed her. Oh, here's a twist. I killed her because she was pregnant. Or, oh, here's a twist. Well, she was sleeping with her cousin. Well, here's a twist. She actually just had cancer. It's just like, it's like, I don't know. It was just too much. It's just like,
I kind of thought it was fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of fun.
I don't know. They didn't serve any purpose, though.
No, I get that. I totally get what you guys are
saying. At the end of the day, we walk away and we're like, okay, so it was just messy.
I know.
Like,
I still think it's a good movie. I think it ended up just being a lot different. Because Alexa's like, well, I think he probably murdered her. Women have that intuition. And I honestly...
You could sense that from the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I honestly like didn't want it to happen because I was like, that's so obvious.
Yeah.
And I think it makes it a less interesting movie. But that could just be a symptom of like, back then it was probably more interesting. Now it's like the husband always kills the
on
wife,
a boat,
so.
like completely alone.
It just made it feel like, again, a Netflix docudrama.
Seriously.
Or like true crime kind of
But you know
thing.
me and my brain, I'm like, yay,
Yeah.
yay, plot twist, plot twist.
What I will say, though, is it did serve the ultimate ending of the movie very, very well, where Mrs. De Winter had been sent back to the house because whatever. As Max and Mr. Crawley are coming back, they see in the sky as they approach the house, like, lights, and it's in the middle of the night. They're like, is it dawn already? And it's like, no, it's way too late or earlier before that. They get there, and the house is on fire. It's totally being burnt down. So taking it again to the place that it was in the ultimate early scene, the first scene of the movie where you see Manderley ruined, but it was Mrs. Danvers who set the fire in doing so.
Because she's so
crazy. And I thought they were going to do like some kind of fake out thing where you don't know if Mrs. De Winter like made it out or if she was still trapped in there. But no, she was just out immediately with Jasper. The person who's trapped in there still is Mrs. Danvers in Rebecca's room.
That was making me laugh so hard. It's like
She's
her
doing, like,
silhouette just like frantically running around
Getting
in
one
the
last
fire.
whiff while she can.
I gotta grab where's the lace? Where's the lace?
Yeah, literally. And they have like a scene where like the boughs or the beams of the ceiling
That's cool.
fall on her and kill her.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And then the camera zooms in on the monogrammed R on Rebecca's pillow as the house burns down around it. And then the end.
I will
That's
say about that ending, the producer, Selznick, wanted the ending to have the smoke be in the shape of a letter R.
So stupid. I'm so glad they didn't do
God.
that.
And Alfred Hitchcock was like, that sucks.
Yeah.
We're doing this instead.
It kind of seemed like, from what I read about it and what you said, it was like Hitchcock and Selznick both like trying to change things and both telling each other their ideas sucked and kind of finding a happy medium that actually made something good.
Yeah, and if you've ever seen The Studio, I'm watching it right now. It's kind of that vibe. The producer's
Totally.
like, I'm a storyteller too. I know how to do
Yeah.
things too. I love movies too. And the director's like, stop.
Yeah. But again, it sounded like also that Hitchcock was changing a lot of things in the story
Yeah.
and the script early that had to be reined back. So you could argue it goes both ways.
For sure.
Yeah.
But that's the end. It's like the classic 40s where it's just kind of like ends and then there's the end. There's not like a ton of resolution. It's like, well, this story's over.
I will say that Alfred Hitchcock did make cameos in all of his films. And he did make one in this film
Oh, did he?
that
is a good point. I didn't even think about that.
when the cousin was in the phone booth. Alfred Hitchcock is walking past it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Usually he's a bigger cameo.
Yeah,
would
this is
say.
very small.
He's like, all right, now someone hold the camera. I'm going to walk in front of it.
Yeah. He's fast walking.
He's like, oh, God, I killed that scene.
Yeah.
But that's it. That is she. Is she her? That's the question.
This is the question.
But before we talk about our thoughts on that, I will talk about a little bit of the Oscar history and other nominees.
Wait, sorry. Isn't it kind of crazy that the husband's biggest secret actually ended up improving their marriage
Yeah,
instead of ruin? You know, like normally when a husband is secret, it's like, oh, fuck.
totally.
But it actually made them
Made him closer.
closer.
That's the real twist.
That's
Yeah.
the real twist.
I actually would love your guys' thoughts before I get into this. Do you think, are these crazy kids going to make it?
I think they're good.
I think they're good now.
I think they're good
They got
too,
it out of the
honestly.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, I think like he
No
needed to
secrets
work
now.
through his trauma.
Yeah.
he did.
She had a rough upbringing too. Like she's been through worse.
Right.
you know?
Honestly, they just needed to like leave Manderley. Like get
I
away
agree.
from like they should just like be rich and travel the world and don't have roots and just like never live anywhere. Just like travel around
Van
be with
life.
geese.
Yeah. Van life.
Yeah, they should
Or sorry,
just-
private jet life, PJ life.
yeah.
Yeah.
We all agree. These crazy kids, they would have been
They're gonna
just
make it.
they would have been just fine.
Crazy little life.
Rebecca too. Really uninteresting story. But for the real life things that happened, the year was 1940. World War II was in swing. Thusly, the Oscars had a very special guest to highlight that fact.
Adar.
Like Cavalcade should have won again.
Oh, no.
No, it was anti-Hitler.
Oh,
It was
okay.
President Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Boo.
Hey, shout out.
This guy hates the New Deal. But he was an
Whatever.
attendee by radio, because his legs didn't work. He gave a 6-minute speech to the gathered academy, extolling the virtues of the industry in these trying times. The nominees themselves were tense, because this was the first year where voting tabulation was kept highly secret by the accounting firm, Pricewaterhouse and Company. No more leaks, no more winners spilled early, and therefore a lot more intrigue and live betting occurred at all of the tables in the event.
Ooh.
For the better, I'd say. I'd
Okay.
say the intrigue
Ears,
and it's a lot
Okay.
more fun.
Shout out Calci.
Yeah. Yes, they would love Kalshi. Oh, well, now the Golden Globes literally shows Kalshi odds before they go to commercial break.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
I hated that so much. So the only thing that really felt like a sure thing of the night was Best Supporting Actor Walter Brennan. He took home his 3rd career Oscar, first person to ever do that.
Oh.
And he was apparently mildly embarrassed at the tepid response to his then historic win. Why aren't you guys clapping enough?
That's it, guys.
The first one. The first one to get 3. This is...
Come on.
All right.
All
All right, I'll walk
You
off.
don't recognize this face?
Come on, I've got a lot of time before they play me off. Anyone want to keep clapping?
I understand him. I would do the same thing.
It was another really solid year in film, at least critically. The awards would reflect that. So this was in stark contrast to 1939's mega sweep from Gone with the Wind. Rebecca had a very meager Oscar haul. It was just 2 Oscars, picture and black and white cinematography. Though it did have an impressive 11 nominations, including the big 5 of picture, director, actor, actress, and screenplay. I will say that the cinematography, which I haven't touched on, was utterly phenomenal. Loved it. So good.
There's one really, really cool shot they have when they're at the corner. And it's like these 5 ghoulish looking silhouettes, like looking at the body like, from behind. That I was like, I actually kind of jumped back at. It was very cool.
Yeah, spilled your popcorn like in that old AMC. Like. But the cinematography looked great. It is an interesting thing where we are right back into black and white. And so funny enough, we actually won't get another color picture winner for like another 10.
Crazy.
Yeah. They did it with Gone with the Wind. And like, Wizard of Oz was so highly successful too.
People are like, color movie. That's all Gone with the Wind. You're
yeah. You're reheating Gone with the Wind's nachos.
Oh, please.
They're just passing gas.
Again, only 2 Oscar wins, which is kind of surprising. Neither of them being like, again, it's picture and cinematography, not even premiere ones. David O. Selznick, though, he did produce back-to-back Best Picture winners, really in the face of the stiff competition each time. So Gone with the Wind, and now this. The other nominees included some now lesser-known titles. There was an adaptation of the play Our Town. There's the French period tragedy All This in Heaven Too, as well as the crime noir The Letter. Both of those were helmed by Bette Davis. There was Kitty Foyle, a romance adapted from a novel. It gave dark horse Ginger Rogers the Best Actress Oscar over a few major actresses, including Katharine Hepburn for The Philadelphia Story, as well as, of course, Joan Fontaine from this one. I haven't seen Kitty Foyle, but I think Joan Fontaine would have been a very deserving winner. I think she was really good.
For sure.
There was also The Long Voyage Home. This was in a Eugene O'Neill play about shipmen. It was directed by John Ford, featuring many of the same actors from Stagecoach the year prior, which included John Wayne and last year's Best Supporting Actor Thomas Mitchell. So those are the ones that are like a little more obscure, a little less interesting. There were 3 heavy hitters this award ceremony that I would say have stood the test of time, as far as, again, like critical lists and such. John Ford's adaptation of The Grapes of Wrath. He won Best Director for that, beating Alfred Hitchcock. There was romantic comedy The Philadelphia Story. Shout out Philly. That gave Jimmy Stewart his Best Actor Oscar and took home Best Screenplay, both of which, of course, beating Laurence Olivier and the writers of Rebecca. I think that especially Philadelphia Story was seen as like an early favorite for the ceremony overall. Like it was Jimmy Stewart, it was Katharine Hepburn. She lost Best Actress. That was a big upset, I think, to Ginger Rogers. Again, which is kind of crazy. Then the last movie of this one was The Great Dictator. So this was a parody of Hitler's rise to power.
So The Interview.
A little.
Yeah.
Like actually kind of. It's a really, really good. I really, really like this movie. It was, so again, a parody of his rise to power and administration over Germany, portrayed very masterfully by Charlie Chaplin.
That sounds cool.
You've probably seen the speech he does.
Yes, the speech at the end is utterly iconic, phenomenal. So the idea of this movie of Great Dictator is there is a Jewish soldier in this world who is being like rounded up by Hitler, this Hitler-like figure named Adenoid Hinkle. But essentially it's a parent trap of
Shut
this
up.
where they look exactly the same. They're both played, of course, by Charlie Chaplin, and they like swap places. One of them becomes like, the head of this.
It's Freaky Friday.
It's the Prince and the Pauper.
It's all of these things.
Okay.
Yeah. But it ends with this really, the one who is a Jewish citizen who again gets put into this position as being like seen as the leader of this country. he delivers a really poignant speech against fascism and things like that. It's very, very iconic. I would recommend watching that movie. It is one that really instilled in me my love of film early on as I kind of like started getting into cinema in college. So I really like that one a lot. Last one, kind of rounding it out, not as iconic, but interesting because it was another Hitchcock film. See, another film in contention here. It was called Foreign Correspondent. That was a spy thriller set in pre-World War II London.
Cool.
So last 2 days, I actually watched both The Philadelphia Story and The Grapes of Wrath, just because those are both like super highly rated. I think I had heard of them before and knew that they were supposed to be good. I thought they were both fine. I didn't love them, to be honest. I thought that I like was really prepared to go and be like, this one should have won maybe, or like I was really feeling this one. But I think Rebecca clears at least both Grapes of Wrath, Philadelphia Story. I haven't rewatched Great Dictator, but I would say that very different movies, sort of on par. I think Great Dictator could have been a more cool winner. It would have been a very political winner, though. So it's hard to say. I think Rebecca succeeds a lot as a very entertaining movie. So I see no issue with it winning Best Picture. I think it's crazy that it didn't win like Best Director or Best Screenplay or anything else besides cinematography and picture, because I think it did deserve some of the other ones, but it did feel like it was a very competitive year. And I'm glad Rebecca won.
You know what else came out this year that I think should have won?
Okay.
Oh, God, what is it?
The Broadway Melody of 1940.
Dang.
Not nominated
Stop.
this year. Yeah. Not nominated.
Robbed.
But would love to hear your guys' thoughts on limited context. I assume, have you seen Philadelphia Story, Drew?
I have not. I've only seen the poster on the weird little exhibit in the Philadelphia
Yes.
airport.
Next to Rocky and
Yes.
Creed.
I didn't. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. It was just rich people being. It is all about class consciousness, but it's in a very like overt way that's kind of grating. Whereas the way Rebecca tackles it is like so much more natural.
Interesting. I'll get to it.
Yeah, I would recommend watching them. I think it's an interesting view of these different movies. At the very least, Great Dictator as well. Well worth it.
That one I really need to watch. Yeah.
But overall, liked Rebecca. Would you say it's like?
It's deserving.
Yeah.
For sure.
It was all right. I would be curious about some of these other ones.
Yeah. I'm just glad we're like, and again, we're only like 2 years into this perceived change, but it seems like Gone with the Wind, super competitive year. This felt also like a very competitive year. I'm hoping that trend continues because there were definitely some like stinkers and weird years in the in the 30s.
Yes.
They were still figuring it out.
I think they were still figuring it out. I'm hoping that like we're settling into a more like, okay, they kind of like figured it out and now we're going to get some heaters or at least some competitive years with fun intrigue.
Yeah.
We'll potentially agree that it could be a deserving winner. Maybe less so, Drew. He's giving me a face right now.
Yeah, you have a stinker face
I'm
on.
not a stinker.
What is that face?
Hmm?
You're like this.
I have a normal face, for the record, for all who are listening. I have
You
a
look
very
like you-
normal face on, and I'm getting j'accused right now.
My brain rot is, the question I have is, how would this movie be improved or solved with cell phones? I thought of this in the scene where she's trying to leave the hotel, and it's like she can't contact him. She could just DM'd him on Insta.
True.
Well, I think she would be stalking Rebecca's Instagram.
Right. We would actually like see
Like
what Rebecca
crazy.
looks like.
Yeah, for sure.
Did they do this? And they probably did this in the Netflix version.
I was actually curious if it was like more of the contemporary version of the story. You know, I'd say like, you know, is this movie improved itself with cell phones? What you could really ask is, how does this movie change if it's set in a more present day time? Is it an idea that can only really exist in the time period that it's set in?
Yeah. I can't. Yeah, I don't know.
Because I think the dynamics are so different, because you could maybe see like some interesting things where she tries to become more like Rebecca in an explicit way, whereas in this movie she doesn't have much to go off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that ambiguity kind of fuels her frustration and inability to kind of live up to that. Whereas like you could go the other way where it's like she tries too hard to like, she like dyes her hair or, you know, like that kind of thing, which I feel like
She goes full Sandy in Grease
Yeah.
to bring it back to summer nights.
Yeah. I think that she would be like in the house. At least this is what I would do. I'd be like calling him from like another wing, be like, how do you get to the bathroom? Or like, where are you?
Yeah.
I'd be like looking up directions.
It would also take away the sense of isolation that she feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she would just be doom scrolling. She's like, I'm bored. Like, I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
She'd be watching makeup tutorials by like more upper class influencers or whatever to try and like
Yeah.
be some like
I'd be just like taking secret pictures of Mrs. Danvers. Be like, what is up with her? Like, is she a ghost?
Yeah.
You know? Just like sneaking pictures and texting my friends like,
What
she's
would
so
Mrs.
fucking weird, guys.
She-
What would
be-
Mrs. Danvers' social media presence be like?
Oh my God.
God, she'd be at like roller derbies or whatever.
Roller derbies.
I'm just thinking of something very lesbian.
Whip it.
I feel like she'd have like heavily filtered like sepia.
But it would just be her social media presence would be all pictures of Rebecca, not even her.
Oh God, yes. Yes.
It would be photoshops of her with Rebecca.
Yes. Rebecca eating breakfast today. Rebecca going to sleep.
Oh, I neglected to mention that Judith Anderson, she lost Best Supporting Actress to Jane Darwell, who played Ma Jode in The Grapes of Wrath. So if you're not familiar with that story, it's a family who has to leave Oklahoma during the Great Depression, moves out to California to get jobs. Like, it's a very depressing movie, novel that I've read like in high school, but it's all very sad. And the mom, the matriarch character, she's the one who won Best Supporting Actress for her kind of like portrayal of strength through a lot of this grief and sorrow. It's a super, super different role than what Judith Anderson plays. And I would say it was probably a really hard choice between the two of them. I thought she was very good in the role, and I see Jane Darwell winning Best Supporting Actress as being valid, though I would have loved Judith Anderson to win because I think she was just so, like, more female villains, you know?
Yes. Yes.
I think that's more fun.
Agreed.
But she was, I would say she was probably one of the standout characters in the whole movie. In which, like, overall, the characters in this movie, the big three of them, the two leads and her were...
They all carried just fine.
This is one of two movie Best Picture winners that is just a first name. This
Ooh.
and do you know the other one? This is for Adam. Maybe you know it.
Oh, Gigi?
Yeah.
I would not have known that.
I assume that's the other one.
I think that's right.
Yeah. Then her, I guess, doesn't
Unless you
count.
count Mrs. Miniver.
Well, it's first names.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh. Lawrence of
Is
Arabia.
Mrs. Miniver a movie we're gonna watch?
Yes, it is. Actually, pretty soon.
Ugh.
I don't know what that is, actually.
I don't know what it is.
Doesn't sound good.
It doesn't. It actually sounds like one that I'm like, I'm dreading watching. Sorry, Mrs. Miniver.
It's gonna be heat. We're gonna
Yeah, it's
watch
gonna be
it.
so good. Remember that.
Don't judge a movie by its title.
But before we jump too ahead, what is everyone's final rating and verdict for our friend Rebecca?
I want to hear your guys first.
Okay.
I would give this honestly 3 stars. It was like perfectly fine. I'm not gonna be like jumping out of my seat to go see it again, but I'm glad I saw it. But honestly, what really kind of made it like I was really kind of pleasantly enjoying it. It's not really my genre too. I don't love these sorts of like. This just isn't like the kind of thing that I totally enjoy. But the back 20 minutes, I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
I was like kind of enjoying it. I just wish it kept a little bit more like focus by the end.
Yeah. See, I feel the same as you, but in a much more like I started a lot higher.
Yeah.
I was locked in, I would say, for the first like 2/3 of the movie. I thought it was really interesting. I really liked the characters. I liked how it was structured. I really liked the acting. I was like, this has a lot of potential for being one of my favorite movies that we've seen so far. And then the twist happened. And then it just kind of fell down for me. I think it gets to a 4 because I'm still really impressed with the acting and the writing and the way that it looked and all of that. But I just didn't care for the twist. Maybe it works better in the context of the novel. But again, it just kind of felt like, oh, this is like an elevated Netflix thriller drama when I really wanted like a more psychological exploration of relationships and trauma, I guess.
There's a much like deeper sort of story to be told there about like comparing yourself to a previous partner or whatever, and like how there's a lot more interesting story there that then just sort of gets like in my mind sort of spoiled and turned into like a procedural show.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Rebecca was evil. All right, that's not as fun.
Yeah,
but
yeah, exactly.
Sarah,
Okay, I'm going to give it 4 because I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the plot twist. I
love how we're both 4, but like for very different reasons.
I just thought the beginning was so cool. I loved like leading up to the house and like her narrating. It was very whimsical but dark, and I thought that was super fun. And I don't know, I'm never like, oh, like I wanted this or I wanted this. I'm like, the movie was made. It was already made. That's what we got. And I'm going to make do with what we got.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I feel about it. It was like, I was really excited about it. I thought it was cool. The acting was great. Yeah, I think I loved the little twists. I was just like, yay, more twists.
Yeah.
Because I'm, brain rotted at my core. But
Yeah.
You should watch more of his stuff.
I would like to.
Yeah. He's iconic for a reason. I will say, like, he's hit or miss for me. There's some that I'm like, it's expectations, right? You see some of these movies and it's like, oh, I expect this to be like the best movie of all time or like really up there. And it's like, oh, this is like a solid 4 or so. Like I can appreciate things of this.
Yeah.
But it's Rear Window is the only one that I've seen that I'm like, bona fide 5-star. I love this movie.
Yeah.
What he does, Jimmy Stewart's great in that.
Yeah.
The whole time it's just Grace Kelly being like, please sleep with me, Jimmy Stewart. Please.
He's like, I got to make Margaritaville. I'm busy in the studio with Margaritaville.
No, I would say watch Rear Window because it's very good.
I would love to. I've heard a lot about that movie.
But join us next week as we discuss a bona fide classic and one of the true titans of cinema, 1941's Citizen Kane. Oh, wait. What's that? I'm hearing that Citizen Kane actually lost, and we'll be watching John Ford's How Green Is My Valley, the somehow actual winner of the 14th Academy Awards. Sarah's so confused.
I'm going to quote
joke.
my friend